Welcome everyone to the remaining weeks of the Business Management Capstone course. This video will detail the remaining assignments for this semester. Within the weekly modules content area, you're going to see the folder that's labeled weeks 13 through 15 remaining assignments for this semester. As always, it has the same structure with the learning objectives, the assignment summary, which I'll go over each assignment one by one, course content, and now we get to the assignments. The first one is course participation, weeks 13 through 15, team communication. All this means is if you stay in constant communication with your team, you will receive 100 points for the course participation, weeks 13 through 15. Keep in mind, it's only 100 points total. It's not 100 points for each week. So if I hear from your team that you're not participating, you will obviously not receive the 100 points for the course participation. Next, you have the Case 8 Tesla in 2019. That should be very straightforward to you. Next, we have the Global Simulation Year 15 decisions. Normally, I just say, hey, you have decisions, you know what to do, let's move on to the next assignment. Well, I'm going to pause for a moment. And the reason being is, Year 15, you can just have at it, meaning that you could take a lot of risk that you would not have done in the past. The reason being is there is no Year 16 for us. Our simulation competition stops at Year 15. So we don't care about Year 16. We're not moving on to Year 16. So definitely keep that in mind. I have seen teams in the past win the simulation by taking a lot of risk in Year 15 because they knew there was no Year 16. Now, that's up to you. You don't have to do that. You can stick with your same game plan if you want to. I at least just wanted to share the information with you. Next one is the Global Simulation Post-Game Peer Evaluations. Clearly, you know how to accomplish this. Next, we have Research Paper Disruptive Technology. The reason why I chose this topic for the research paper is normally when I present at conferences, I'm always presenting about disruptive technology, what's going to change in the industry. So to me, it's kind of near and dear to my heart. I think anyone who's business-minded needs to keep an eye ahead to see what might, knock them off from being number one. So just make sure you review the assignment details, the grading rubric, and submit the paper. Okay, next we have the annual report. Okay, so this is a true annual report. This is not like your module reports where you just answered a few questions. This will take you some time. You should really be getting a jump on this early. Make sure you review the instructions, the grading rubric, review all documentation with team members before attempting the assignment. Each team needs to divide up the workload and meet on a regular basis. And of course, once you complete it, go ahead and have one team member submit it to the annual report submission link. Usually the first question I receive when students see this annual report assignment is, where's my example? As you know, I don't give examples. There are a tremendous amount of examples out on the web of true annual reports by public traded companies that you can go look up yourself. You do not need me. You have to be able to think and learn on your own when you're, in business. And obviously, you also have team members that you can rely upon as well. Last but not least, we have the capstone presentation to the Board of Trustees, which is, of course, myself. So you want to review the capstone presentation details, review the grading rubric, schedule a team online presentation with me. I will attempt to accommodate your requested date and time. I know last time with the introductions, I believe I pretty much was able to accommodate everyone. Keep in mind, you do not have to schedule within my office hours. I know some people work in the daytime, some work at night, some work on the weekends. So whatever works for the team, I will do my best to accommodate you with the presentation. One part I want to say about the presentation is do not read the slides to me. I don't want to see, 3 paragraphs on one slide and you just read the slides to me. That's what's been happening in the past, or with the bad teams, I should say. And they get deducted a tremendous amount of points because I do not want you to read the slides to me. There should not be 1,000 words on one slide. Also, you should not just be reading something that you typed up prior to the presentation, because it clearly will come across that way. You should know what's on a slide. You should have memorized what you should be saying, and it should come across as natural, not as you're just reading a piece of paper to me. So just keep that in mind. Now let's go ahead and look at the results of Year 14 within Globus.
Here we have the results of Year 14 scoreboard. As you can see, Company D tied with Company E. So they're not ahead, they tied for Year 14. Company D gained 8 points. Company E dropped 1 point. And that's what I've been saying for weeks now, that all it takes is for someone to have a good week and someone to have a bad week, and you can pass them up or tie them. Company B gained 6, 95. Great job. You're in the hunt. Company F, you lost 2. I mean, that's not bad. You're at 79. Company C, you lost 1. And Company A, you lost 4, which, that kind of hurts you there. But if we jump to the game-to-date scoreboard, this is where it really gets interesting. Company D is at 107. Company E is at 107. I have never had a tie within the simulation at the end. So hopefully Company D or Company E ends up ahead. Company B is at 102. So Company B, you're not out of it at 102 by any stretch. So just keep that in mind. If D and E have a bad year 15 and you take a lot of chances, you still could bypass them. Company F, you're at 88. By now I wish everyone was 90 or above. Company A, 83, and Company C, 82. Like I said, that's on the low end of expectations. Everyone should be around that 90 mark. So Company F at 88, you're pretty close. But Company A and Company C, unfortunately, I don't think too much of you sitting at 83 and 82. And as you can see, Year 14 scoreboard, you drop. Company C dropped 1 point and Company A dropped 4 points, while everyone else did pretty well for the most part. Try to finish strong, Company F, A, and C. Your goal would be to end up in the 90s. That's a respectable score for a simulation. Any score below 85, I would really be concerned if you truly knew what you were doing within the simulation, to be quite honest with you, though. So let's get in the high 80s at least, or 90. To finish out the semester. You still can. So don't think that you cannot. You absolutely can. Well, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to win the simulation. It could be D, it could be E. I'm not counting out Company B yet. So D and E, don't get too comfortable just reviewing each other's data. You might want to look at Company B as well. So good luck to everyone. I hope you have a great week, and obviously contact me if you have any questions. Take care.